You know, one thing I've noticed lately on various Facebook and Twitter pages dedicated to Sonic the Hedgehog, mostly by Archie Comics, is the sudden appreciation that one Steven Butler has been getting. And I'm not going to deny it. You know, Steven Butler definitely is one of, if not the most detailed artist to ever work on the Archie Sonic book. I don't think there's no disagreeing on that. But why is his art style, I should say, of characters in the Sonic books, from Sonic himself to Sally and Bunny to Antoine to Knuckles to Julie Sue, you know, even when he came on board during Ian's run, or stayed on board during Ian's run, you know, the likes of, you know, Mina Mongoose, who was also there on Ken and Carl's run, you know, as the head writers. But like I said, even during Ian's run, you know, the way he would design characters like Blaze and Rouge, and well, Rouge was also doing the Ken and Carl run, but you get the idea. Even Fiona Fox, you know, doing all three different writers' runs, you know. Why was his art so detailed when it came to these characters? And basically, he made them look very more humanoid-like than anthropomorphic-like. He made them seem more alive than game-wise. But why was that? What changed? I mean, when he came on board, there's no doubt that he had a unique art style, but over time, that art style evolved and became something more for the characters. Well, I think honestly the reason his art style became as good as it was, as memorable as it was, is due to the fact that his art style, basically, along with himself, was growing up. And by growing up, he decided that, well, the comic itself was growing up. The fans of the comic were growing up themselves as well. So taking that all into consideration, Steven decided, obviously, hey, if the fans of the comic are growing up, you know, and the comic's growing up as well with them, my art style on these characters has to evolve and grow as well. And lo and behold, we ended up getting versions of Sally and Sonic and Bunny and Antoine and all of them, like, holy moly. You would think to yourself, oh my goodness, what is going on here? I mean, there is no doubt. I mean, I'll say this right now. When it came to him designing the likes of Sally and Bunny and, you know, even later on Rouge and even Julie Sue and heck, I think he even did Bob-Rai Koala a few times. And even Mina and even Fiona, it's like, whew, you know, somebody be pulling the collars after a while looking at those designs. It's like, holy guacamole. You know what I'm saying? It's like, holy guacamole. And again, it's nothing to take away with what he's done for Sonic, Jeffrey St. John, Antoine, Knuckles, you know, the list could go on. Heck, even Loop got the treatment, and again, whoo! Somebody pulled a collar. You know, because steam's coming out just by the way he designed the characters. And his art style is just an example of how when a comic book based on original ideas or established IPs, how a comic book grows up not just with its fans, because the fans are growing up as well, but his art style is an example of the art design of the characters themselves growing up. And that's what we got. That's what we ended up getting. Yeah, he had to take it back a bit when the soft retcon and reboot occurred, and he had to take it back a bit and soften it up a little bit, make it not so, whoo, you know, is it hot in here or is it just me kind of deal when it came to some of the designs he did for the females. And I'm sure the female fans thought the same way when he designed the male characters. But anyway, he had to take it back a notch when the soft retcon and reboot occurred. And, you know, you can't blame him because obviously Sega basically You know, they didn't want the characters to look non-game-like. Like, if you're going to have Sally in there, you're going to have Antoine in there, you're going to have Rotor in there, you're going to have Bunny in there. Yeah, you could keep Steven on board, but he's got to simplify the designs of the characters. But I'll tell you, honestly, if there's any artist out there that deserves a second chance at drawing for a Sonic comic book, especially the IDW ones, it's Steven Butler. He deserves it. Again, I can understand, you know, some people might be a little suspicious as to why he would draw characters a certain way. Again, it's because, you know, to answer that question of suspicion, it's because of the fact that, you know, just like the fans were growing up with the book, the book was growing up with them, so the art style had to evolve along with it, and that's what happened. And that's why you got the designs of Sally and Bunny and all of them the way you did. And to me, if anybody deserves a second chance on a Sonic book, especially IDW, it's this one. And I think, obviously, IDW should give him a call. Ian Flynn should call him up right now and say, hey, come on board. You want to come on board to do some designs? And I'm sure he'd be cool with it. Imagine this. Imagine this, guys. Imagine him drawing Tangle and Whisper in his style. Simplified to be game-like, but very Steven Butler-like. As well, very Steven Butler-ish, if you know what I mean. Imagine him designing them in his style. You know, to kind of look game-like, but you could tell it's very Steven Butler-ish, you know, when it's all said and done. Imagine that. Whew! And if anybody likes those characters now, they'll like them even better. And I'm not saying that to be creepy. Again, the way he designed the female characters in the comic, the way he designed the male characters in the comic, both male and female fans and readers were pulling their collars back like, whoo, boy, somebody open up a window, somebody turn the cooler on, kind of deal. That's how good his artwork was. That's how good it was. If it makes you want to pull your collar back, just at the way he designed someone like Sally or Bunny, whew, I don't think you can honestly blame anybody for what he did. You can't blame anybody for the way he drew the characters. You can't. You can't blame him or anybody. Whew. But yeah, I think he should have a second chance. But what do you guys think? What did you all think about Steven Butler's artwork and how it evolved from when he first started to what he became known for later on, and how he had to kind of take it back a notch after the Soft Retcon reboot? What are you guys' thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. Do it as well as in the live chat during the premiere. Like the video, and I will talk to you all later.